Valiant Hearts in a while. As a reminder, this is a really cute, well, to the extent that something can be cute when it's exploring such a serious topic. It's a really well presented look at World War One, based on some real historical figures and the letters that they wrote, with some actual pretty cool puzzle gameplay intermixed through it. And we're going to be playing this for a couple hours before we do Crypt of the Necrodancer. So let's go ahead and get started.
May 14th, 1916. Freddy was sent to the Somme.
What does Devolver make,
Emil's
Mega Man?
regiment was quartered near a small village at the top of a hill. The village was called Vauquois.
Hey, Yukibo. I love this dog. I hope it survives the game. I'd be very sad if it doesn't. Probably gonna have to put something in that elsewhere, would be my guess, because I don't think I can reach it from here, right? Alright. Send it back the other way for now, until I can figure out what they want me to do with it. Maybe put it here for whenever we add something to it. Oh, I bet that's it. Not like that, though. Probably have to get it to drop into the fire, I guess. Can't quite reach. There we go. Alright. I don't think I can move it further than doing that, right? I think I'm going to want it here so we can light it. I don't know why I'm going to want to do that just yet, but I'm sure we'll find out later. He can't get to it from here. I'll have to find another doggy door for him. Hey, sir, how you doing? No, let's go this way. Maybe that puts him through to the other side of this door here. And he can move... Oh, he can't get through the pipe. That's really interesting. So how am I supposed to get him to... Maybe I'm supposed to blow it up to get him to be able to move past it. Because I think he's stuck. Okay. Come on. Oh, Hotline Miami. Right on. Hey, pupper. There's a second doggy door here, so maybe it actually sends me somewhere else. Oh, it lets him go downstairs. I see. Interesting. Might as well let him bring me one of those, so I don't know why I would use it just yet. Okay. Did not do what we needed it to do. Although I don't know what we needed it to do just yet, so I need to explore it more first. It's the only way I can get the dog down here. And pull this thing backward, but to what end? I don't think I can climb over it, can I? I can just move past it. Okay, it's easier. Thanks, pupper. Okay, so maybe I can connect the... Hey, doggo. Give me that piece. Thank you. Hey, I'm here to save you. Pet the dogs. I'm coming. Like, he starts with like a ladle is how he digs. Be careful digging though, because you can dig into a bomb if you're not careful. It's a canary in the coal mine. The look of this game is great. I send the doggy in this little hole here. Doesn't look like it yet. I'm not sure. It is an Ubisoft game, but it's a German soldier. I'm coming. I like how this game communicates almost everything without dialogue. Little symbols. I'm coming, buddy. Oh, they use one in Rayman Legends too? Interesting. Or if I can get the dog to help him while I'm holding him in place here. Get it, pupper. Nice.
How are you? Danke. Merci.
Cool. I love this doggo. He's the best doggo. And you can pet the dogs, which means this game is objectively better than Breath of the Wild. I like the theme in this game of, like, there not being as big of boundaries between soldiers when they're all in trouble. Even if they're on separate sides. Thanks, dude. I love those little comic book call-outs, too, when things are happening off-screen. Yeah, it's just really awesome. If you interact with the dog, do you lose or gain points? Your ability to make things work to justify voting for Final Fantasy VIII is pretty incredible, Akio. France is up here.
Merci, mon ami. Adieu.
Hey, I just saved a friend. Don't shoot me.
Merci, mon ami.
Thanks, German friendo. Once we need to go get some kind of package. The trenches are so terrifying. The dog automatically follows you in most cases. That's cool. This game manages to be delightful while also being kind of depressing. It's a tone I haven't seen too many stories manage to nail. Like, it definitely goes over how brutal and horrific trench warfare was in World War I, without ever really being gory. Like, there's gunfire and death and stuff, but it's not gratuitous. I'm trying to think if I've seen like a Disney movie or a Pixar story that manages to nail really, really serious topics without feeling incredibly dark. So we get the dog up there. Hey! What is that? British identification tag, 1915. British changed their dog tags in the course of the conflict. At the start of the war, soldiers were issued with a single aluminium, excuse me. Because of the huge numbers of volunteers, producers and engravers could not keep up with demand. They were replaced with red vulcanized asbestos fiber discs. Everyone was given a second disc to deal with the issue of unidentified corpses. I think those are bottles of wine, it looks like. Yeah, Hunchback's pretty dark. That's true. Hunchback's dark enough that I'm not even really sure, like, how it's supposed to feel. Hey! That makes sense. Hellfire's great. Yep, you still want me to go get the crate thing that's got a cover on it. Hey, it's a doggy door. And this is originally a German doggo, so the Germans like him. Ah, here we go. Good job, pupper. Yeah, I miss Tony J. They should get the guy who voices the dealer in Hand of Fate to fill in for Tony J. He sounds really close. It was close enough that I thought it was actually Tony J. There's a couple, like, voice actors like that specialize in imitations. Sweets. The funniest one, I think, is that Tom Hanks' brother is a voice actor that plays Tom Hanks in things that he's too expensive for. Trench lantern. A lantern that can be folded away and stored flat in a backpack. Soldiers placed a candle inside the lantern to protect it from the wind. I think we needed to take this all the way down the stairs, if I recall correctly. I'm just now noticing all of the explosives up there. I don't think they were there previously. I don't think I can move that thing further down. Okay. Keith David. I love Keith. Picturing Keith Davies with your mouse. Haha, Goofy. First strap. Oh, it's the guy we saved. No! Bummer. He had a chance to kill me. That's super sad.
French officers were proud of the heavy losses inflicted on the enemy. Emile, full of anger, refused to be decorated for what he considered to be a cowardly act. Emile and Freddy were, however, happy to have saved Anna's father from Baron von Dorf's clutches. His scientific research could no longer be used to make weapons of war. Good news being few and far between, they wanted to savor this moment. But Anna had frightening news. Carl had been killed while trying to escape.
Oh,
the
that's a
POW
bummer.
camp.
No.
I'm not sure if that's actually true.
Upon hearing of his death, Emile
I don't remember.
became sickened with grief.
We played as Carl before, briefly. I know, right, Naku? 5 days earlier at the POW camp. I guess we're about to find out if he actually died. This is Emile's son. This game is a really good mix of storytelling and gameplay, too. Hey, he didn't check the cellar. Cool. Also it's good at hesitating before giving you UI hints as to what to do. Sneaky, sneaky. Probably could have just gone straight through. Oh, wait. Ooh, that was close. Game's also really good at using only the most, like, commonly known words in each of the featured languages. Cut this really close. Worried I'm gonna get detected. Go, 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 go. Whew. So even if you're not a native speaker, you can kind of figure out what everybody's saying most of the time. Oh, jeez. Whew. Yay for literal vision cones. Did not see that coming. Did not wear my Republic coming. Can I sneak behind him? I feel like I could jump. Oh, interesting. It's unexpected.
Was?
Apples. Alright, the other guy moved out of the way so I can sneak behind him. I see, that's cool. I like hiding it behind the foliage up top there in the tree. This game is really good. Came out for several platforms too, if I recall correctly. Other way. There we go. There we go. We got here Army internal correspondence. Special cards soldiers will be allowed to send to each other. Brothers could thus correspond with each other even if they weren't stationed together. One or several family members died. Demobilization was not an option. In some cases, a whole family of men might be wiped out. I'm not sure. It controls really well via controller. Ubisoft has been pretty focused on the console market. I think that's true. Still haven't cut a hole through there. Oh, right, I just got wire cutters. I'm like, they haven't cut the wires yet. How am I supposed to progress? Oh, shit. Okay, that was close. Oh, and then the tool broke. It's fair. Whew. Need to get one of those wine bottles. Cool shooting star in the background there. That's cool. Nice. Very clever. I want to get that secret loot there, but I think I have to move the scarecrow out of the way first. Oh, shoot. Put it down! British Magazine. Britons want you. Join your country's army. God save the king. Magazine London Opinion encouraged British civilians to enlist. The cover features the famous poster of Lord Kitchener Defense Secretary exhorting Britons to enlist with his piercing gaze that follows you everywhere. Cool. I like the way the different gameplay loops work in this too. Sometimes it's about stealth for a long time, and then it's puzzle solving, but it very seamlessly moves between them. Thanks, sheep. Looking out. Bad sheep. Fickle ungulates. Ugh. Oh shit, I misjudged that. Okay. Hey. Camera's really great in this game too. Like the zoom out there was really neat. That's cool. That's super rad. You have to see that during the flash. Braces! Soldiers must have accessory. At the time, braces were the most popular alternative to belts and provided support even for mud-caked loons. The guy who left his pair behind maybe had a solid belt for support. Suspenders, we call those in the US. I love suspenders. Suspenders and bidets are two things that I can heavily campaign for. Suspenders are... Oh shit, I got too close to the edge. Bad. Providers of permanent confidence, the likes of which a belt cannot provide. I like how the first time you learn about this, it's impossible to make a mistake, right? If you move at full speed, you will be behind cover when the first flare goes up. So you'll see what the mechanic is without getting screwed by it. Very, very clever. Tucking. Yeah. Long shirts and suspenders. See the suspenders as a flat upgrade to the belt. That was pretty cool. He's got a thing on him. Oh, interesting. Fake his death. I wonder if that's part of the true history as well. Interesting. Because Carl's in the opposite army. He's with the Germans.
September 15th, 1916. The bloody Battle of the Somme still raged on. 206,000 British soldiers would lose their lives there.
That was a lot of people.
Freddy was commissioned to drive the newest weapon of war. A major progress in a conflict that was literally stuck in the mud. But Baron von Dorf was also counting on this battle.
Got a couple boss fights against him already.
In front of his superiors.
The Mark I tank. Developed in utmost secrecy, tanks gained their name from the British subterfuge to conceal their real purpose from espionage. Official documents instead spoke of a device for transporting water to Russian troops. The first model to roll out, the imaginatively named Mark I, had a huge psychological impact, and tanks could reach their destination to find trenches deserted. The Germans, however, soon learned to cope with shortcomings. The vehicles were also unreliable, and interior conditions were horrific. It's pretty scary. It's his superpower. He snips barbed wire. Metal Gear. Shagohod. What made them so unreliable? So I need to give them cover. Presumably they can't get in the water. Be more careful. Looks like I do take damage of this thing. Understood. They were so heavy they required engines the likes of which weren't seen before. What was the major improvement on the Mark I? Is it not until like World War II? They make them lighter weight or something? Sorry I let the rest of you guys die. Oh, they made it to Mark VI for the other one. Interesting. Hello. Run. Okay, lesson learned. Get back to the tank. Go get the loot. I guess I have to sacrifice myself to get it. Unless if this is how I'm supposed to survive. Telegram from New Zealand. It's a boy, stop. Brian, stop. Mother and son, okay? Stop. Miss you, stop. Okay, you do have to sacrifice yourself to get that loot. Good to know. Go, 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 go. Come on, buddy. This way. Oh no, I guess maybe I'm just not supposed to go down there at all. Can't go this way. Maybe I need to go on the other end and like cut the line maybe? Let me try that. Ah, cool. Understood. Thanks. More of the potato guns. Try knocking that thing down. Hey, LFA, how you doing? How you doing, Chaos? What's screwing? This will be a way for me to climb up, presumably, and throw. Grenade up there. What was the reason for moving away from the potato masher stick grenades? Like, it feels like they're probably easier to throw, wouldn't they be? Nice. Camera work in this game is outstanding. I really, really dig it. You alright there, buddy? Aw, he loves me. Turned out I did not have to sacrifice myself like I thought I did in order to get the loot there. this bunker. Probably get achievements for taking out all the enemy ships like that. Yeah, this is a sublot game. I had to take a long hiatus at the end of last year, and I wanted to play some games for people who continue to stay subscribed during the hiatus, but had to cancel partway through, so we're playing this in Crypt of the Necrodancer. Hey, it's Baron Von... Oh, this game's cool. Just gonna ram each other. So it'd be a Q, T, E. Nice job. If you want to test me, I'm sure you'll find.
After too many missteps and too many battles lost, Baron von Dorf was demoted and moved far from the front lines. For him, a fate worse than death.
He got punched out. I'm surprised we didn't capture him. I guess that was just a cool minigame to wrap up the level.
January 18th, 1917. Emile, still bedridden, beseeched Anna to travel to Saint Mihiel to find his daughter and share the sad news of Karl's death.
But Karl's actually alive.
Anna set off immediately.
He had to fake his death. Come on, Karl, you can make it. Oh, diaries. I've been trudging through the countryside for 4 months now. I'm so hungry, but I can't approach villages. I did try, but they recognize my accent. Really got myself arrested. I must be careful. So no news from Karl or Daddy. It's been 4 months. What happened to them? Alright, they're talking about earlier characters. Emile's morale slumped by the day. He hasn't had any news from Marie or Victor for months, probably because Saint Mihiel has been cut off from the world. Fear the worst. I'm gonna go visit them. Couldn't do it. It had his life in my hands and I couldn't do it. Killing him wouldn't have brought you back and you wouldn't have wanted to see me kill. He wasn't worth it. Nothing's holding me back here now. If I survive this damned war, I'll be heading home. What happened in that POW camp? Why did they shoot Karl? I hate this godforsaken war. How can I tell Marie that Victor will never see his daddy again? Winter was harsh for soldiers in the trenches and troops suffered from the perpetual cold and damp. The temperatures often below zero on the Western Front. Many end up in the infirmary with frostbite, which ultimately led to amputation. It's important to try to keep the feet dry. Alright, let's maybe not walk directly into the wolves this time. That's gonna be pretty far back. That's okay. Probably could have guessed that after all the positive dog interactions we've had in this game, maybe those ones weren't friendly. Evil doggos. I do like that they have you on both sides of the war in this game. It's cool. I know where she is. I'm gonna go fight off these wolves. That was not correct. Throwing a stick at them. Alright, this set me back here. That's also not correct. Well, it's gotta be something to do with the stick. Can I get fire somewhere? Is the only other thing I can think to try. Oh, maybe I have to throw the stick to her? Ah, okay. That makes more sense. Fetch. Gotcha. Don't actually die now, Carl.
Merci beaucoup. Merci beaucoup.
Allez.
You good dog, no.
Non.
Right upstairs? Let me go steal your phonograph first. It's just a lore item. Ancestor of CD and DVD players, phonograph use wax cylinders before vinyl discs. Just enough time. Poor Carl. And now they're asking about me. That is a stocky horse. What kind of horse is that called? Some of them know to question me. The draft horse. Pretty much the beast of burden, right?
Starving. Carl realized he'd never reach Samuel. His strength fading. Destiny still had one more surprise.
Is that real? I mean, it seems over the top, given that we've been following all these characters independently. But maybe that's just how crazy truth is. I'm really interested to see how much of this game is real. Some of it's obviously over-dramatized. I doubt two tanks crashed into each other and then the two guys fought each other on top of them, all Metal Gear style. But I could believe that they had a chance encounter. Find a wheel. Okay. Need to have a specific uniform, it sounds like. One of those two uniforms. Okay. Clydesdale's a breed of draft horse. I know very little about horses. Hey. Let's go get the thing. This is like the this is the Valiant Hearts version of the lock path in Final Fantasy VI when the party splits. I wonder if it's intentionally inspired by that. Whoops. Oh, okay, I can't go up the stairs there until he's looking away. I didn't realize that last time, I just happened to go up the stairs at the right time. I like this game's use of audio cues as well, in addition to cinematography. Thanks, doggo. Yay! That dog is an all-star. Great. Sack of bran. Wheat was rare, so cereals were used to make flour for bread. Wheat bran is darker and composed mainly of fiber, but also crammed with vitamins and minerals. Today is an integral part of high-fiber diets. Back in the day, it was a sign of hard times. I love that there's a thing, the changing station for you there. That's pretty great. So I have an easy way to swap. What do you find, Pupper? Ooh, it's a hat. Military police hat. Oh, I'm not allowed to have alcohol. That's clever. Okay. Either soldier's allowed to go in here. Nature's prune. Oh, light blue is the one that I haven't found yet. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, this is the Final Fantasy VI lock mission. It's funny. Able to get in and switch to this outfit. I see. That's clever. Okay. I see. I see. I don't know if I've seen this in any other games other than Final Fantasy VI. It's very similar. Okay, there's another changing area. Oh, he wants alcohol. I see. But I can't get alcohol. I have to smuggle alcohol in. That's cool. Okay, so the rule was certain kinds of guards weren't allowed to have alcohol, I think is how it worked. I'm trying to remember who it was that blocked me specifically. It's this guy, I think. Okay. Clever. Yes, to the extent you're like, oh, okay, so I gotta be great. I see. Nice. So they're the ones that have the alcohol. That's also Final Fantasy VI, right? You gotta go have the right outfit to deliver alcohol to an old geezer. Then we get the drink, and then we go back and we switch to the other guy. So he's allowed to have it. I don't think I can give it to the dog, right? Cool. Clever. Alright, because now I switch back one more time to get past those guys. Helmet soldier, flat cap is police, I see. Thanks, dude.
Hey, what?
Good job, doggo.
What?
We have a change of clothes down there. He's about to go get one, I guess. Postcard of a luscious woman sent to a soldier at the front. Such postcards are popular among troops. That's not a shocker. Oh, now he... I see. He went and got changed, but they'll still let me through. Oh, and that's like officers' uniforms. They're all standing at attention now. Lucky. That's pretty cool, them all standing at attention. So I can get the wheel. Nice. Being the green soldier from 6. Here's your wheel. Totally not stolen. These levels are very similar to there's a sequence like this in the original Oregon Trail. God. They really want to get me for impersonating an officer. The alignment of the mechanics here with the music is pretty awesome too. Level does a really good job of telegraphing what you're supposed to do if you haven't done it before. Yay, dynamite funneling. Ooh, X. Looks like I get a couple hit points. Night on Bald Mountain, right? Ah, how far back does that send me, I wonder? Okay, not terrible. Yeah, me too. Lining up the mechanics of the fight with the song is really cool. Too far. Whoops. I see. It's the Lion King game all over again. Oh, that game was so hard. I remember renting it a couple times. Couldn't really ever get past the second level with all the monkeys you're supposed to swing on. Dun dun. Whoops. Okay. Yeah, didn't realize how unbalanced it was. They did a cool job of mixing a few different songs, too. Probably one more of those. Is that, Flight of the Bumblebee? It throws behind him. Okay. Flight of the Bumblebee and Night on Bald Mountain. It's a pretty interesting mashup. Whoa! I didn't think he was going to drive straight forward there. Let's see where it puts me. I think it's back to the beginning of this segment. But not that bad, actually. Very forgiving. I love those comic book elements. They're really neat. Oh, come on. So close. Ah! I almost had it. We just have to do this round a second time now. Okay. Watch out for the guards. Get him now! Nice. Dynamite funneling for the height. Yay, and nobody was injured in the process. Least of all the innocent commander whose outfit we stole. Oh, is that the end? I don't think so. Okay, I didn't think so. That's right. I think this game may have been released as separate episodes initially.
Their euphoria was short-lived. Intercepted by German troops who
Oh,
still
no.
held San Miguel, Carl and Anna were led to the officers' quarters for interrogation. Carl was sent back to fight for the Germans, while Anna was sent to the infirmary to care for soldiers. On April 8th, the French forces launched an assault on San Miguel, an opportunity that Carl would not let slip by.
Got this, Carl. To keep his outfit, that's cool. Oh, okay. Go dress back up as a German soldier, because we're gonna make you a German soldier again. Pickelhaube. It's the doggo's owner! Yay! Hope Doggo gets a happy ending. I'm then terrified of the dog sacrificing himself. That doggo is the best. I've already read all of these. Just mark them red if they're red. Carl's alive. No joke. Here's number 10. I'm not a spy. How many times do I have to tell them to make them believe me? Having served under Von Dorf isn't helping matters either. Only I can see Marie and Victor just safe for a minute. Yeah, I could see that. I haven't played Scribblenauts in a really long time. When was the last game to come out in the series? Right. Hello. I like he keeps the blue helmet. That's a nice touch. Identification tag of the detachable part used by authorities in corpse administration. The main part was left on the body. I'll just put service late 16.
Alter Fritte! Hey! Werk was ran! Heb runter nur!
Okay. Need to get a Pickelhaube and a backpack of some kind. And he's letting me keep the doggo for now. Just keeps me worried about the safety of the doggo. Oh, there's a code I need to get to the backpack. Okay. And I need to find a way to get into this room to get my helmet. Yeah, the U.S. education curriculum has programmed us to immediately expect every dog in every store to tragically die. Thank you. We're gonna do something with a dog later, presumably. Good hound. Good dog. Apples, huh? I assume that was the case, so I probably need to knock the keys down and then send the doggo to go get them. I need your shit, dude. Come on, pupper.
Come here.
Come here, hound. Give me your key, please. Thank you. Nice. Then we go raise the flag. And that will let me get to my backpack with my weapons. Right on. This game is so good. I'm just really generally impressed by it. Vexillology would not like that flag. Oh, I think that had the code on it, didn't it? That's what I was supposed to see. 1870? Hey, if you're new to the channel, I'm Marstead. I'm trying to beat every awesome game ever made. I believe there's so many awesome games out there, it's impossible for any one person to play them all, let alone beat them, but that's job security for me. If you'd like to see a list of all the games we played so far, you can head over to games.marstead.com. And if you'd like to vote for the next game, oh, there is no 7-0. Huh. Upstairs, I didn't notice that. Upstairs. You can vote, see how you can vote for the next game at vote.marstead.com. But if you're just hanging out, lurking, that's totally cool. It's a zero obligation channel. Welcome to that. So I had to go back into the officer's room. Oh, that's clever. That's incredibly clever. Holy crap. I gotta line up the little person, it looks like. Nice. Wow. Big fan of that. Okay, so it's 815. So I think I understand. Do I have to like press a button to confirm, maybe? Oh, I see. Got it. Oh. Nice. That's pretty cool. What a neat puzzle. Hey. Broken French bayonet. Unlike the broader German bayonet, the French bayonet was needle-like and designed to pierce enemies and cause serious internal damage. French foot soldiers were disappointed with the bayonet's damage potential, also added notches to create further damage as the bayonet was removed. Yikes. Here come the French. Oh, shit. Okay. Good to know. Coming, Doggo Master. Well, okay. Maybe I should assume that there's going to be gameplay instead of just moving without stopping. Although I did see the gas encroaching behind me. Artillery. He sacrificed himself for the doggo! Oh. I'm sorry, doggo. Go. There's a new diary. Occupied by the Germans from September 1914, and it's a salient on the front. Sunny Hill is a key strategic position, also stood on the railway line between Paris and Nancy. The Allies made several unsuccessful attempts to liberate the town before the arrival of American troops in 1918. I guess Freddy being an American he's really early. He just happened to be in Europe, if I recall correctly. Get it, Carl. Gas mask. I don't have a doggy gas mask, though. Hip flask. Secreted nicely into a trouser or jacket pocket and generally contained a wee dram of the strong stuff to give soldiers a hearty nip before strolling into danger after going through a tight spot. Oh, there might be eventually, but at least right now. Worried about the dog. Maybe it's just something that I meant to go through. Maybe I'm supposed to like knock it so it hooks it. Let's try that. Well, he's got a pickle how, but I'm talking about the gas mask that I'm trying to reach up there in the corner. I think that's what I'm supposed to do. I'm supposed to punch it. This is harder to do than it appears. Let me look at the... Yeah, that's what I was trying. Thanks for the hint system. I see, it's one of those. Hey, first try. Maybe it is a doggo gas mask. It is a doggo gas mask. Nice. Good job, pupper. Get me that gas mask. Sweets. Cool. Gas, quick boys. The gas used during the war was heavier than air and so seeped into trenches and tunnels. Pockets of gas might stagnate in shell holes on the battlefield, preventing soldiers from removing their masks, which were restrictive and uncomfortable. Even today, unexploded gas shells still lurk beneath the farmland and fields along the former front. No kidding. That's pretty good alliteration there. I think this game is translated from French. It may have been French originally. Hey Retro, how you doing? red zone map.
While Carl was about to finally make it back home,
Oh, there's
Freddy
still
was
no-go
joining
zones
the
in
Canadian
France.
troops
No kidding.
stationed at Vimy.
Are they trying to clean it up? Yeah, mines.
In the sky, George, a British aviator from the Royal Air Force, was spotting the German positions for artillery support.
Man, new character.
On this day, Canadian troops led the charge.
Cool. Maybe the ground alone. The glory of Canada. It's a cool way to do that. Someone probably knows the coordinates I need to fire at. Someone's gotten that info. That's cool. So what this does? Ah, that's cool. So like 65 and between 5 and 15, 10? 65 and 10. Periscope. Let's go. Nice. And 65. Oh, what's a rangefinder? How does it work? Is it similar that you can see something from a distance without being at risk? I've never seen one of these before. That I mean to pop your head over the trench with binoculars and get shot, right? Oh god. Two periscopes attached to each other. Top of the two scopes are a known distance apart, say 2 meters. That's funnier, sure. George! Okay, gotta go find tools to use this cannon. Point the scopes at the target, then get the object into focus, and we'll tell you how far away from the scope it is. Oh, that's cool. Really nice. So is that a realistic usage of it to try to calibrate a gun to fire, basically? A mortar? Canadian coins, already used cents and dollar pre-independence. In 1914, they were minted with the image of King George V. Canadians in France earned $1.1 per day. Corresponding to the average daily wage of an office or factory worker. No grenades, okay. Does Octung mean prohibited or don't?
Come on, boys. Let's go, boys. Southwest.
Oh, I think I'm listening to him. He's giving me a heads up on where I should be aiming. Octung means danger. Okay. Try it again. Oh, I see. So I'm firing and then he's telling me where to aim relative to there. That's cool.
East. North. South.
Nice. That's awesome. Cool. That's a real method of targeting artillery. Spotting. Nice. This game is super good. Oh, I'm just trying to move a little bit more carefully next time. I can take cover behind the thing. Oh, I gotta do the cannon minigame. Oh, wait, no, we're safe. Never mind. Didn't seem like the kind of thing this game would do. I don't think the screen can scroll off without me. He slows to a light jog. Oh god. Whew. That wasn't good. Gotta wait for that guy to reload, I think is how that works. Let's try it again. Bunch of solves puzzles. This game has a really tight puzzle design for the most part, and it's good at hinting to you what to do if you get confused. I should have just kept running. An early bad mistake. Alright, 4th time's a charm. Careful being towards the left side of the screen. I can't change my trajectory speed very much. Okay, don't walk into the fire this time. Whew. Oh, I got forced into it. Bummer. It's too close to the left side of the screen. This is actually pretty tough. Goes to show, like, if you survived in World War I through all this crap, how many close calls and how lucky you must have been. With how dangerous it was overall, you know. And then you could probably just die of an infection, right? Opposite of sanitary conditions. See if there's any extra lore loot over here somewhere. I guess not. I saw that post on Reddit recently that was showing what Verdun looks like today, and it's so messed up. Crest model. Relief model of hills or mates so soldiers can visualize their objectives. Yeah, right? We never know.
After so many failures and sacrifices, the Canadians finally managed to take the hill back from the Germans. The United States entry into
Canada
the war
playing in the
grew
background.
more certain by the week. The last letter from Freddie's younger brother confirmed his country's newfound eagerness to join
Right,
the
Aki.
fight. Carl was within a few hundred yards of Emil's farm when the rumbling of the French air patrols began thundering through the April sky.
Yeah, they probably knew Verdun from Edge of Tomorrow. I really like this theme. It reminds me of a theme I've heard in another movie or video game. Women, the elderly, and children were set to work on farms, requisitioning their forces, made tilling the land even harder. Prisoners of war used to help the war effort. Can't place where I know that song. Dun, 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 dun. Oh no, I hope his family's not all dead from gas and stuff. Exhaustive war coverage and correspondence began in the Civil War. Edge of Tomorrow might be one of my favorite sci-fi movies. Like, not as a setting necessarily, but just a really fun film. I still need to read the original Japanese novel. Usually I have to put something in there. Ration ticket. Rationing was introduced in occupied zones, especially for bread, as there was not enough food to go around. Rationing enabled the authorities to regulate the distribution and quantity of food available, prevent prices soaring. Count myself lucky to have never lived in a situation where, like, rationing was even kind of on the table at all for anybody. I wonder if that's just... what would cause that to happen again? Reduction in ability to keep and maintain food? Okay, so I gotta put something in that basket. Maybe I can put the dog in there. Go. Maybe I can get him to use the switch. Get it, doggo. Gotta find out what that switch is actually doing. I see. Clever. Can't see what the dog can see. Thank you, doggo. Look at that. This is like the best dog in the world. Universal flat rate post wasn't a thing until the 1840s. Kidding. Use that for... Good job, dog. Probably have to lift this thing up, I think is where they're going with this. Yeah, there's places for the hooks here. So we gotta line it up at exactly the right spot. Maybe I can use the can to position where it's supposed to be. No, that didn't seem necessary. Only the upper class ever wrote letters. Interesting.
Was?
Probably need to get the dog on the other side and tell him to stay, would be my guess.
What? What? Again? Hey, was los? Gott, Ausfahrt, auf geht's! Hopp, hopp, hopp! Again!
Can't see far enough to know. History facts is like, this is the game for it, right? For sure. I can climb it on the left side, so maybe that's actually what I'm supposed to do here. Try that here. I can climb up here too. That just has the dog moving back and forth. I don't know what I want to use the can for. Maybe I can use the can to hit the... I bet I can use the can to hit the switch thing. Alright, let me get the dog back on here.
Hey, what?
Come on, doggo. Why do I need the can?
Wie? What?
I don't think I meant to throw it. It doesn't look like it. Got the first one. Wants me to hit that thing with the can? Doesn't seem right. Thanks, dog. Maybe I can throw it out this window? That was what we needed to do. Alright, that was less complicated than I thought it was going to be. Fair enough. I'm coming. Oh no! Little baby has a gas mask. This is Carl's kids and Emil's grandkids. Oh, and that clears out some of the gas so I can see. Let me see. Down and figure out what I'm aiming for here. Alright, this is let me get the dog up to the top, I think is what they want me to do with that. Come on, doggo. I can't make out where the rope is. Hopefully it's like here.
What? Okay.
Hey, dog funneling. Thank goodness. I think we actually want the dog to go to the opposite side.
Hey. What? What?
Maybe not, actually. Right, there's definitely a path through there.
Hey.
I have to be on the same side as the dog, I guess. Oh, I need to throw another brick so I can see where the dog is, so I can give it instructions. I see. Gotcha. Working on it.
What? What? Okay. Come on.
Get whatever that is for now. Candlestick. Oil lamps. Electricity was not widely available, but candlelight and oil lamps were. The glass windshield was lifted to light the wick. Intensity of light was adjusted by adjusting the wick's length. Good job, lever pulling doggo. Proud of you. What was that? Coffee beans. Coffee was sold as beans and neither ground nor roasted. Grocers would prepare the brew for their customers. Coffee was also home ground in Puget coffee mills. I don't know if that did something in the other room, but maybe it did. Still gotta find a way to get up there. Okay. Crossing here is not gonna do it. Should figure out what the switch is actually accomplishing, right?
Hey, what? What? Up.
There we go. Nice. I'm coming! Fast as I can.
Hey, what?
Come on. Glad there's not like a time limit for this kind of thing. Can't punch the wall there. Coffee's the second most traded commodity in the world? Really? What's the first? Coffee pipes and chaos. Ah, I see. Oops. Pipe, whittled from wood and horse bone, made in the trenches, along with food. Soldiers' daily rations also included tobacco. Covered the stench of rotting corpses. Lovely. Coming. It's a cool drink. That's pretty good. Aww. That's so sad. His wife. Good job, Carl.
Reste avec moi.
Aww.
Je suis là. C'est moi, Carl. Marie. Marie, tiens-moi. Ne parle pas.
Pretty slick.
Reste avec moi.
I like how the camera is continually zooming in on the silhouette.
April 16th, 1970.
So they're gonna leave us hanging on what happened?
Was still sick. But the general needed every soldier who could stand to launch his big offensive. Once again, it was to be the battle that would bring an end to the war.
Bien. Allez. Bien.
Long way to Tipperary. Long way to go. It's a long way to Tipperary, the sweetest girl I know. Goodbye, Piccadilly. Farewell, Leicester Square. Leicester Square. I don't know how you're supposed to pronounce, like, Gloucester. Gloucester? Leicester? It's a long way to Tipperary, but my heart's right there. Gloucester? Gloucester. Just keep going. Careful with that thing, man. I still only have a shovel. The attention to detail in the background and foreground in sequences like this are great. Maybe not move that fast, maybe not read chat when I'm about to get shot to death. Second time. Goes to the digestive system of the agent. Huh. Just something good happen after it goes to the digestive system? Go. Alright, my three buddies are still all alive. Maybe I shouldn't pull that switch while I still hear fire from the top. Okay. Roger, roger. Timing they give you for all these puzzles feels really perfect. Like, they always give you about a second extra. Or maybe we won't go out into danger. Okay. Oh, there's spittle flying. Now I'm the one that has to snip shit. Partially ferment. So much violence. Keep going, guys. See which parts in the background are more stable than others. Do without fecal means. Hey, good conveyance, team. I'm really impressed at how this game is sight readable. It's very challenging, and I feel like a lot of the testing for this game is probably built around making it sight readable. I screw it up sometimes. Oh, shit. But I've never screwed it up because I just walked into something that I had no way of figuring out on the first try, you know? Oof, that was not fast enough. Don't want to dig into the bomb. Not a big coffee man myself. I do Diet Coke. Oop, whoops, yeah. Obviously, back in World War I, people didn't have a like side-scrolling view of their lives, So I'm curious if this is just be like a mine detector type situation, or this is just super video gamey, like you would never dig through a trench that has a bunch of unexploded ordnance in it. Maybe you would just dig and hope for the best. That is a lot of bodies. That Battle of the Bastards scene, right? Chocolate poop coffee. Threatening me. Gotta use the bodies as cover now. Wow. Yeah. I've heard coffee's an acquired taste. I can do it with a lot of sweetener and artificial flavors, then I'm basically just drinking sugar. All war is evil. History is written by the victor. Crown of success if we're done. Bill planned a large general offensive in spring 1917, focusing on stalemate set in. 200,000 men lost their lives in a matter of days. Espionage. Understanding the important role information and disinformation can play. War offices on all sides take espionage and secrecy very seriously. Balloons, zeppelins, and aircraft were used to... How does that... Watch, gather information on troop movement? I'm never going to try with French words. It's always pronounced exactly the opposite of how it's spelled. Not the opposite. The spelling gives you no clue as to how to pronounce it. Falling in a hole meant you died. Oh, whoops. Did not move in time. Sugar and creamer for 8 months, then just creamer, then black. I mean, as fair and honorable means horrors on all sides, then yes, they were all equally dishonorable. Soldier's ring. It rings of recycled metal to send back home to their sweethearts. Thanks, dude. Please don't die in the process. Poor guy. Leads it to a meal. This dude, man. Oh, did I just get killed for retreating because I walked into his sword? Wow, that's crazy. But I could just move as far back as I wanted. Go, 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 go! Going. They're really nailing the terror of this situation. He gave me that one. I don't know if I deserved it. Oh, more bombs coming in. Kind to give me that one. This is crazy. This whole sequence is so intense. It's cutting it close. Whew. Oh, they're a little forgiving with clipping the bombs. I appreciate that. Oh, move too fast. Now is it gonna get me? Do I have to dig through that again? Oh, God, I hope not. I did. Thank God. Kind of hard to see the artillery shadows, foreground stuff. So much death. I no one can realistically dig that quickly. Sacrifice yourself for us. Hide behind a cart full of corpses. Yikes. Oh, I have to use it as a brake? That's cool. All I have is a brake. Ooh, that may have been scripted. It was scripted. I have to press buttons to get him to stand up. This is great. I love this sequence. It's a story thing, bucking. It's for the game mechanic. I don't think any of the characters use guns in this game. He's so cowardly now.
The blow was fatal.
Interesting.
The Nivelle offensive was a bloodbath, a butchery. Soon, mutiny spread throughout the French infantry divisions, and the offensive was abandoned.
Because it was so bad.
Emile was jailed with the other rebels, waiting to be court-martialed.
That was a really cool way of having that whole thing play out. They just show you him being brutal the whole time, forcing you to keep marching forward.
Man's best and most loyal friend, shared the same day-to-day as the soldiers. Whether carrying messages, saving the wounded, or sweeping for mines, they never failed to fulfill their duty.
What?
Keep looking out, doggo. Anna, come save the day. I'm pretty sure Carl's dead. See if I remember how to do this minigame. This is beyond Lassie.
Je vais t'en sortir, tiens bon.
No kidding. True hero of this game. It's like the final boss of these medical mini games.
Tiens bon. Ça va aller, allez. Tiens bon, tiens bon. Allez. Tiens bon. Tiens bon.
Hey, we saved him. Almost, not quite. limited time, I think, this time. That's what it's showing me in the corner here. Down the stairs. Working on it.
C'est bien.
Don't pet the dog in this case. Some other times you want to pet the dog. You sent me on a goose chase. He's still gonna die. Maybe it's in here. This is more forgiving than I think it is, too. Downstairs. Working on it! So many lore items that I don't have the time to use. Okay. Go! Go, 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 go! I like the 3 call-outs there, too. That's really nice. I'm coming.
Gardien bon. Ça va aller, allez.
Is that good enough?
Gardien bon. Allez, courage. Ça va aller, allez. Allez.
It's a cool sequence.
Gardien bon. Voilà, c'est bien. Ça va aller, allez. Tiens bon, tiens bon. Allez, courage. Allez. Allez, calme. Ça va aller, allez. Allez, calme. Voilà, c'est bien. Allez, calme. Allez, courage. Allez. Voilà, c'est bien. Gardien bon.
Heard this song before.
Allez.
Good job on a super final boss medical sequence. Yeah, it's really heart-wrenching. Sequence is really well done.
One look from his son was enough.
None of the
for
characters
Paul
have
to
eyes
forget
or-
3 years of war and exile.
Yay! You call it Guitar Hero practice. Right.
After weeks without news
I
of
wonder if it's
Emil,
possible for him to die.
Marie
I only missed, I don't know,
finally
5% of the
received a letter
prompts.
from her father.
Could have been cool either way. It's more realistic that he died, right?
Chaillon.
Be a doctor already. Alright, time for Emil to get court-martialed.
C'est l'heure.
It's time. Clemency. I think this is the long hallway. I won't play it, it would be inappropriate for this game. It's a long hallway. Oh, I'm still in control during that, even though it looks like a cutscene. It's cool. Court is right this way. Dead man walking on the long hallway. It is the long hallway, wow. This is crazy. Maybe he'll get to see
Dearest Marie,
Carl.
as the war ends for me, I have no regrets. I've seen too much horror. I hope fate has been more merciful to you. Our time on Earth is brief, and and mine has been filled with so much joy that I can only be thankful for how much I've been blessed, most especially for the wonder you brought into my life. This letter is my last. I've been found guilty by a military court for the death of an officer. It was not my intention to kill him. War makes men mad. Though I failed Carl, I know my sacrifice has not been in vain. I fought for my country and my liberty. My honor is assured. Since it is the will of God to separate us on earth, I hope we'll meet again in heaven.
Wow, it's like top all-time long hallways. Holy shit.
Keep me in your prayers. Your loving Papa. Always.
That was really well done. Holy shit. Wow. He's fine.
Even though their bodies have long since returned to dust, their sacrifice still lives on. We must strive to cherish their memory and never forget.
Wow. I was like all the way immersed in that too. The combination of the music and just moving from left to right on the screen. Yeah, I had some really hardcore freestyle and I could feel the chills. It was really, really well done. Wow, we finished it. Yeah. What a way to end it. Ending with the court-martial was that was a smart decision. Whew, I need to take a break. That had me pretty bad. We're about to have a massive tone shift to Crypt of the Necrodancer. I'm gonna go grab something to drink really quick while the credits play, and once the credits are done, we'll go ahead and take a short break to switch to Crypt. See you guys in a bit. That game is really good! I'm back.
Hungry for more, the war was not yet over.
Epilogue hype.
Its appetite was infinite.
Yeah, I wonder if that played by mistake, if that was like a DLC or something. Yeah, that long hallway sequence, I had to dry my eyes a little bit there. I was pretty invested in it. That was really, really, really well done. That happened in a couple other games. Usually it's music that does it to me more than anything. Like, if you have a really powerful score for a sequence, it can get me. This appetite was infinite. And only I can trigger this song. I feel like I've probably lost any muscle memory I ever had for Crypt of the Necrodancer, so I'm gonna get my ass kicked. That's okay. I really love that game, so I'm excited to be playing it some more. I have to use a PS4 controller because they still haven't patched in support for the Xbox One controller. It works, but the UI elements still say like left, right, upright, that kind of thing. I can't keep those mapped in my head. Nick Fury thinks about asking Freddy to join the Avengers, but changes his mind at the last minute. Freddy didn't feel so good. New to the channel, I'm Marstead. I'm trying to beat every awesome game ever made. I believe there's so many awesome games out there, it's impossible for any one person to play them all, let alone beat them, but job security for me. If you'd like to see a list of all the games we played so far, you can go to games.marstead.com. It's a VOD database. Every playthrough we've ever done is permanently preserved on YouTube. You can even vote for the next awesome game. You're earning a currency in chat right now that will let you do that. You can see how to do that at vote.marstead.com. And if you're just lurking and hanging out, that's totally cool. It's a zero obligation channel. Welcome. It's good to have you. Hey, HDL, what's up? Perfect timing on the wrap here. Wow. 6 hours to the T. Some will not. Let's see, the previous achievement was some will return. That's sad. That game's really good. It's not just sad, it's also triumphant and everything it probably should be. I can't recommend Valiant Hearts enough if you haven't played it before. It's very, very good. Alright, we'll be back in a few minutes as I get set up for Crypt of the Necrodancer.